Well, hello everybody. Happy Thursday. Gosh, can you believe we're almost to July? I really can't. I don't know where this last 6 months has gone. Anyway, surprising everybody coming on here on Thursday just to check in. I don't have any specific questions from you guys this week, which always gives me an opportunity to sort of discuss whatever I've been feeling coming up or draw a card, do something different like that. Wanted to go over a couple things with you, knowing that we discussed the solstice energy last week and what was coming in with that countenance energy, that full weaving of aspects of your being. And I just popped out, I rarely send newsletters, but a couple times a year, maybe 3-4 times a year, I send out updates that are important, timely things going on. So I just sent out a newsletter this morning, and I'm going to go over those things also verbally here for you. But if you don't like getting a lot of newsletters, but you want to be updated when I offer programs, when I schedule something, say the next quantum flight program, when it gets scheduled, you either need to let me know by email that you want to be notified of specific programs or workshops, or go ahead and go to the site and just subscribe to the newsletter, because I do not inundate with newsletters every week or two, even every month. It's like every couple of months, mainly when there's big energies going on or big stuff I want you guys to know about. So I did send one out this morning, and part of that announcement is the Dragon Thunder Summit. It's coming up. We're about a month away. It's July 21st. That's a Sunday. And any of you guys that took part last year know I was a speaker. I am again this year. But what he's doing this year is pretty interesting. Rather than going for like 8 hours, I think he had 25 speakers last year. He's got 24, one every hour for 24 hours across 3 continents. So it's a really cool format of literally every hour for 24 hours introducing a new speaker. And that's a pretty big project, which is, I think, why there is a registration fee. It's very small. It's very supportive. It's, I think, £8.88, which is about 10 American dollars. Not a big deal, but definitely supports all the team and effort that he's putting in order to organize that. All the speakers have come on just as a gift of our knowledge, our information, what we feel like sharing to all of you. So partake in those. And, you know, with so many, you're not going to catch them all in 24 hours. But by registering, you have access for as long as he's got them posted, which I think is ad infinitum. Like, I know you can still go back and watch last year's. So what I always recommend, just like going through my book, which dragon do I work with, going through a card deck, which one is calling me forward, follow your gut. Scroll through, see which ones are hitting energetically of who you need to listen to. Otherwise, you get overwhelmed. And I found myself going through and listening for a few minutes here and there to people I'd never heard speak before. And it was fascinating to be introduced to others that are doing dragon work, how different their energy is, those that resonate with me, those that don't. And, you know, they all had some tidbit that was interesting. So pick up what you can from that. I encourage it. I did a pre-record of mine, and I will say that it, again, every time that I'm in a space for an interview call type like that, even when I do these lives, it's a connection point for me where, even though it was recorded over a month before the actual event, the energies I was in and the very specific knowing that it was going to be available from that date brings through those energies. And there was very specific messaging that came through. So mine was about 45 minutes. It was pure joy to do, and had a lot of transmission energy in it. So I encourage you, I didn't do a meditation this time. It literally was 45 minutes of information and some very clear pieces at the end that the dragons had very big messages. So I encourage you to just go on, get registered, enjoy that as you feel called to listen to things, and watch for the newsletter. If you're on the newsletter list, watch for that coming today. One of the other things I wanted to share and announce was that I posted about it, but I haven't talked about it yet. And we're moving into July, and I had a big heart hit last Monday after the solstice energies, and realizing in sessions that I was having with people the really big shift point and how much clarity and insight is starting to come, and things cohesing together can be a little overwhelming. So I had a big heart hit to go ahead and offer a discounted session rate for the whole month of July. So rather than booking through the booking calendar, email me directly, array@dragonwithin.com. Whether you're a brand new client, you've never worked with me before, or an ongoing client, they're really going to save money because I'm setting it at a $200 rate for a 75-minute session, which is super low. I think the only time I've discounted below that was with some of my programs, like the Entering the Dragon Realms program last spring. So take advantage of that. And why I'm having everybody just email me directly is that my booking calendar is very regimented with having to put time slots in. It's limited. I don't overload it. And I do leave space in my calendar for part of my dragon family that they call me last minute emergency session stuff, things like that. So by having direct control over it, I can squeeze a lot more in each day or fit people in where I don't normally have hours and things like that, because I want to open up my calendar basically for the whole month of July to accommodate. There's only 1 week out of July that I'm actually gone or not available, but otherwise I've got a lot of space. So if you've been feeling called to a session, maybe you've done one before, maybe you haven't, take advantage of that rate and just shoot me an email and we'll get you going. And then really, because I don't have any questions, I've been feeling called. I've had the Amethyst Dragon energy around me for a couple weeks now. It's a very soothing space to be in. It's very centering. I'm wearing my purple shirt today, and I gotta admit, I wore it earlier this week, and I was like, wait, I'm just feeling called to wear it again until we go to Wild Island, and I put my bathing suit on. And this shirt I love. It makes me laugh. I've got to share it with you guys, and I don't know if you'll be able to read it, but it says, I don't know how to act my age. I've never been this old before. When I saw that available on a site, I bought it immediately. It's something that just gives me a good chuckle every time I have it on. And I love seeing other people chuckle when they read it on me, because it's true. None of us have ever been the age we are before. And so I don't know how to act that age. It's all brand new. Anyway, with that Amethyst energy, also this week, I got to have a session with the Dragon King yesterday, and very big amount of diamond energy and information presenting about moving towards our diamond framework. So the Diamond Dragon is in here with us today. It's one of my favorite prints. And those are still available too in the site. I might this fall put them all, everything that's left, on a super discount, because I know they belong to somebody. So what I'm feeling drawn to do with this Amethyst Dragon and this Diamond Dragon energy is have them present in the sphere, but let's draw a card and see what energy is really speaking directly for everyone today in the sphere, because I feel like these were definitely in my sphere. This combination that's bringing into a centering space within myself and starting to shift informationally towards diamond as I gear up for where my work heads. I don't know if I've let you guys know, I mentioned it in the newsletter today, that I've actually started getting pen to paper, actually typing to paper, with the next book. I've been wanting a sabbatical to go and write, and realize that, I just need to find hours here and there that I have available, and just start, because I'll never get the 6 weeks off that I had when I wrote the first book back in 2007. Life is just not accommodating to that kind of thing anymore. So let's feel into the energies of everybody that's both on the call. Hello, I see Elijah, and congratulations, Elijah, on your beautiful gallery. His Rose Heart gallery that he just opened is absolutely incredible. So I'm trying to think. I think I only saw it on my feed. Elijah, go ahead and post it into the For the Love of Dragons group. I'd love for everyone to see it, because those energies are definitely dragon connected, and I'd like for everyone to be able to see what I'm talking about. Beautiful streams. He's got an Emerald Order gallery, he's got a Kuan Yin gallery, and he's got a Quantum Energy gallery, and they're all spectacular and powerful with the energies they bring through. Elijah is one who has been working with me for some time now. He's in a quantum flight program a while back, and really stepping into his mastery. I get super excited when I see those that have gone through my work really incorporating all of that and all the things that they've been doing in their life, synthesizing it together and really bringing their path and their passion forward. That is stepping into your mastery. That is really owning who you be and living it. And I love to see that coming together. So I want to honor that. So Elijah, please share that link into the group itself. And I encourage everyone to go check it out. And then just energetically, if you've been feeling called, I've been getting subtle hits that there may be a quantum flight program starting to gel into being, possibly for September. If you've been feeling called to that, please send me an email so that I can get you on the list to notify, because I do keep a short list for the first spaces of those that have reached out to me, those that I've had sessions with and know it's the perfect fit for them, or it's when it's their time that they're ready to do that. And I notify all those people first when I calendar something. So let's feel into everyone that's here on the call and going to catch this replay, because what I've noticed is, because I'm in flow, not everybody can catch live and people's days are very busy. So knowing that the majority of people actually catch on the replay allows me to be in flow and come on when feels right. And then the energy is more aligned, and it brings all of us into that space to be in flow. But it also allows me to be very particularly not in any constriction or specification of a date and time like I used to be. I used to always come on Tuesdays at 11 a.m. And that worked for a lot of people to know when to look for it. But with the way the world is going, we're asked to be in that flow, allow that for ourselves. And so knowing that the majority of people go back now and watch replays, and I do that with almost everything that I am subscribed to or follow with podcasts and things, I catch it when I can. And it's almost easier on the replay because you can fast forward sections that maybe you don't feel like listening to, especially on podcasts on Rumble. I love the 15-second forward thing. You can't do that so easily with YouTube. Anyway, holding that group, everybody that's going to be catching this replay, because I know there'll be a couple hundred, the energy that is speaking most directly to that as a group sphere. And I feel the card here. You guys know how I pull my cards always, is feeling where the energy split is, where it's speaking the most loudly. So this is actually the card right here. Woo! And we pulled a Pleiadian dragon. We've got the Tangerine dragon. And knowing, unbreakable, resilient. Oof, that's a powerful card. The Pleiadian dragon, the Tangerine, is our sun chakra. That's your high solar plexus. It sits between your solar plexus and your heart, and it's a movement into your higher dragon chakra. That is that. And so that is like taking your willpower, your solar plexus, everything that you know about that chakra on your human aspect, and merging it with your heart. So how do you bring the heart into your willpower? How do you bring the heart into your stamina, your strength, your drive forward, your push mechanism? They become that merged space because it's the heart that becomes the push mechanism. It's the heart that needs to be driving. So I love that this is coming right after talking about being in flow, and that is really a hone-in point of the energy today, of even that discussion of why I'm in flow with these lives, how to be in flow in that, and following your own gut with what you're being called to, just like with the speakers on Dragon Thunder. So this really fits energetically. So resilience is the key word. And as I said before, knowing, unshakable. It's funny because I said unbreakable earlier. Sort of the same thing, isn't it? Unshakable, unbreakable, resilient. So I'm going to try and do this without my glasses on and this tiny print in my book. What is it that makes a dragon never give up? They can stand vigil for eons because their hearts were built for the task. They also carry within them a direct link to the great central sun and Mother, Father, God. They have no doubts. They have no fears. They have no worries. Because they have absolute knowing of God's grace and the perfection of creation, they will stand vigil because they volunteered to do so, until all beings within this plane rise into that knowing for themselves. The tangerine dragon of the Pleiades holds this extremely high octave of true power. Power is never about dominion over or might. It is within pure absolute knowing. Some call this faith, but it is beyond faith. It is inner certainty, and nothing can shake it. This is what makes them so majestic, so mighty. To many, that is terrifying to behold. The tangerine dragon is holding space for you to really look into your doubts, your fears. And parts of yourself that quake and fall at the slightest tremors in your world. It is time to know and to move beyond faith and into knowing. But your first step may be actually to find some faith. Sorry, I was stumbling at the end because my eyes were really struggling. Really holding that. I think that's a really big piece where everybody's at right now after this last solstice energy and moving into what is called countenance. And that's the full weaving of all aspects of yourself on this plane, but also in all interdimensional planes of being, where your incarnational aspects in this earth plane are all coming. They came into cohesion in December. Now they're coming into countenance, where they're all fully connected, which means you have knowing, you have aspects within you that have been through situations that you're in right now, but without fear. That you didn't have anxiety, or you didn't have trust issues, or you didn't have worthiness issues, where whatever is challenging you right now, you have an unshakable, unbreakable knowing within you about it. When you activate that sun chakra, that high solar plexus, and you call in the energy of that Pleiadian dragon to hold you in that space, just like they hold vigil as guardians for eons here. That's the dragon power, right? When you feel a dragon's presence, it's like this rock solid sitting there with you. That's why they're so mighty and so majestic. That strain of energy is what's being called forward in you right now. That's your knowing. That's that place within you that is rock solid in the same way, because of that aspect that you know in your core, everything in its divinity. You know how to be without anxiety. You know how to be without fear or worry or without doubt. And it's time now to call on those aspects of yourself and breathe them in to where you can release that in this field and come into that anchored place in your central core of that knowing. So I love that that came in, because I feel like that's a midpoint between the energy of the diamond that is our outermost bank of what we're attaining when we move into our diamond structure. First, we're moving into our crystalline, and the amethyst is a part of that bridge into our crystalline. So sitting between those two, this Pleiadian gateway, I feel like it's a bridge directly between those two bandwidths, with the diamond and the amethyst in the middle earth, at this Pleiadian frequency, opening us up into that sun chakra aspect. So I love that that's what came through today, because it is very much that firm, clear, standing vigil core knowing that what we're moving into since the solstice of how do you wake that up within you. And again, if you're needing help to get there, if you're needing insight how that fits into your journey, book one of those July sessions, take advantage of it. If that's not maybe what you need, maybe one of the 20-minute dragon readings or a 20-minute discovery call. Reach out and let's connect directly, energetically, to help you get those pieces pulled together. It's been incredible for me to step into that, talking about Elijah stepping into his mastery and his heart path. For me to have been able to step fully into it over 7 years ago now and do this full time has been such an incredible state of grace to be in, because my own growth has been exponential from it. And everything that I get to do with and for you guys keeps pushing me through boundaries of my own. So that I can keep pulling you forward with me. It's just been amazing to watch. So I feel myself standing in that core, and being able to hold that space and hold this group sphere. I hope you guys are feeling that, because it's not always that on a weekly live there's a transmission aspect coming through, but I'm feeling that today. I'm really feeling that Pleiadian sun chakra energy from that Pleiadian dragon, really holding that space, and my full presence here of being able to stand within that in my own right, which then imbues that directly into the sphere. So I hope you're picking up on that and receiving that. Just open your heart, two, open your solar plexus and allow that bridge point between them that you may never have even known about. It's one of your dragon chakras. If you are a dragon and you're watching this as part of my dragon family, rather than one that is watching as one is connected to dragons, feel that sun chakra activate, feel it call forth, and really come into that space of knowing and let it unfold for you. So, yeah, that feels really, really good and really aligned for today. So I know it's not a big, long talk about anything that would be mental, answering questions and pieces that we usually get. And the mental pieces are good. They've brought us forward. They help bring the mental body, because that's one of the biggest constraints or restrictions, is all the mental body holds as belief structures that keep us from really attenuating forward into our highest vibrational aspects. So when we break the mental body down by giving it information and clarity, but then allowing it to move beyond that, today is really about energetic. And I know my mouth is going to give that mental body some happiness, but what's really happening, I can feel my sun chakra just like this big sun right in front of me. So I hope you guys are picking up on that and just really open and receive what can be coming today. I had no idea this was going to be coming through. But I love that when it does, because that's the reason that I'm really here. That's the most powerful thing that I can impart to you as my dragon family, is beyond the wisdom, beyond the beautiful verbose messages that come, or the answering of questions that help put puzzle pieces in together for you. It's the energetic activation and the transmission of that energetic piece that is what I'm really on the planet for. I activate code in you, and if that can happen today from this, and I feel so many of you are receiving it right now, it's awesome, because even though there's just a couple here live with me, it's, and I feel like actually the two that are on, I'm going to admit there's two on currently, and they've both been in my quantum flight program, so I know that they are big powerhouse players. And so I feel like because they're there, like anchoring these two corners, there's masculine and feminine being held by that. We've just triangulated a full energetic that is what's happening right now. So I thank them for being on and holding both a masculine and a feminine pillar, but that the corners of the trine to really amplify this. So, love that. And I'm just going to allow this transmission to complete itself. What a beautiful gift. Who would have expected here on, what is it, the 27th of July? Maybe the 26th? I'm not even sure. This beautiful Thursday, letting that reception come in on the tails of the solstice a week ago. Whew. All right, beautiful. That's going to continue to flow for a while. I'm going to disconnect not energetically, but I'm going to disconnect with the video and the live here today. But allow yourself to sit with that and just keep receiving until you feel it recede. Because I know that in my capacity, there's an ongoing transmission. It may go for 24 hours. Whatever needs to happen, and maybe call it in again if you're not in a place where you can go to sleep and rest right now. When you go to bed tonight in this 24-hour cycle, open up to receive it fully through your sleep time, and let that be an ongoing reception zone for you. Just set your intention. That's all it ever takes, and allow the magic to happen. All right. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate my dragon family, and it's not always that I can connect every single week. There's been here and there that I've missed, but I do look forward to and enjoy connecting with you guys. So I will see you at some point next week. If you have questions, want to keep that mental body and puzzle pieces coming together, feel free to send them or post them in the comments to this video. And we'll see you next time. Bye for now.